Hello everyone, it is Sunday, December 6, 2020. Paul and I are on our way to play Camp Echo at Escape Goat. I am wearing a Camp Echo shirt. This is actually our second time playing this room. This is one of my favorite escape rooms ever at one of our favorite companies. So we are going to have fun replaying this room today. We originally played Camp Echo on August 12th, 2016. It was our 33rd escape room. It has now been a little over 4 years since we last played this game. I remember what the room looked like, but I don't remember a lot of details. Enough time has passed to where we won't remember the puzzles that we played. Escape Goat is one of our favorite escape room companies, so we want to support them during this time, especially during the pandemic when a lot of small businesses are hurting. And we love them so much, so it will be so good to see them again. It will be our first time playing there since the pandemic even started. Hello! We just finished playing Camp Echo at Escape Goat and we beat the room, yay! We got out with 24 minutes and 3 seconds left. We love that room so much. We were just like grinning from ear to ear. We love the people who own Escape Goat. They're such great people, so friendly. What can we even say about this room? Just nothing but good things, right? Camp Echo is a very unique room. The storyline is different than any other game we've ever played. In addition to the traditional locks that you have in an escape room, there's other cool effects that happen in the room. It's also such a fun theme. It's family friendly. A lot of the elements of the room are stuff that you might see in everyday life. I will say that they are actually going to close this room soon. They were planning on closing it earlier, but then COVID happened, so that's why it's still open. Paul and I were very impressed with the COVID safety protocols. Actually, before we stepped in, we stepped into the building. There was another group that went in before us, and we noticed that one of the staff came and wiped down all the handles. Then when we walked in, we talked for a little while, and before we went into our room, they asked us to use hand sanitizer, which this is actually the first company we've played since the pandemic that have asked us to use hand sanitizer. Rather than just putting it on their website, you will be required to use hand sanitizer. They've said that, but no other person until today has said, hey, please use hand sanitizer. So. And then when we were in the lobby, there was actually tape on the floor, so just kind of a physical distancing reminder. And then also, before you go into the room, there was a piece of tape on the floor because there's usually a little bit of a narration that happens to get you into the storyline. So that was great. They modified the rooms in a few ways. One of the biggest things is for Escape Goat. They usually have a live actor in the room that's part of the story, and they do it in such a good way. But because of COVID, they kind of modified it. For Camp Echo, they usually have a camp counselor who's got locked in the bathroom, and they kind of like talk to you from overhead, but they got locked in the bathroom and they can still speak to you, but we won't be able to see them. So as I mentioned, August 12th, 2016 was the last time we played Camp Echo. We mentioned that to the Escape Goat staff, and they said that they included 2 new puzzles. Definitely there is one that we noticed that was new. I don't remember the second one. It's funny because when we first went in the room, we were mildly struggling because I'm like, I don't know what we're supposed to do first. But then like once we got going, we were going. And we had such a good time. There's a couple of stuff that Paul remembered. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say. I really don't want to give spoilers because man, that room is so good. All the effects worked. There was nothing that failed. No puzzles, and everything was good. I would recommend you check out Escape Goat on Facebook because they frequently put out discount codes. And also they're very responsive on Facebook too, if you message them. We will put a link to their Facebook page in the description down below. Escape Goat currently has 4 rooms. I would highly recommend you check out Camp Echo. If by the time I upload this video, if it is still open, please go check it out. It's such a good escape room. Even after playing 111 rooms, it's still one of my top 5, I would think. It's not one of those challenging rooms. It's like, oh, it's so hard and challenging. It's really not, but it's just so unique and fun, and the puzzles are good and they're unique. Definitely go play. And if you haven't been to this company before, you're honestly missing out. Like, it's one of our favorite companies, and they're a small business. They put so much effort and dedication into these rooms. They've built them all themselves. They're not like a franchise. They're really good people. So I highly recommend you check out Escape Goat in Winter Garden, Florida. So I think that's about it for now. And thank you so much for watching, and journey on.